Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year. Dragging a little bit today. Very tired after the hearing last night, but we have our questions. We've got questions. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. It's an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe and kept us safe last night. Thank you. Thank you. We were, as far as I could tell, we didn't get hit with trolls at all. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw zero. I was seeing zero on the troll meter. Yay! And if you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed out there, and I timestamp them as I go. You can pick and choose. Whatever you would like, you can have the political tarot buffet. Little this, little that. But do come by. We have a great time in the chat, and I try to give you guys credit for what you say in the chat because you're funny. It's a fact. Alrighty. All right, this graphic-y thing, if you go to the channel, if you happen to go to the channel, it's the new graphics. I've needed to replace the graphics on Patreon, that banner on Patreon and the banner on the Black and Orange channel for a couple of years, and I finally got around to it. And these are the graphics used. It's laid out nicely, hopefully, and guess who that is? Guess who those little troublemakers are, or who they represent? But anyway, yeah, with the nails. All right, I pulled out Ye Old Box, and I was cleaning out decks I don't normally use, so I can keep the ones that I do right here. And I feel very blessed that I have access to this many decks because, gosh, I remember when I was a teenager. I wasn't it was when I was in college that I was finally able to buy my first deck. It was verboten at home in the super Catholic household. But now I have this. I am blessed, and thank you. Also, I want to thank whoever sent me these beautiful nails, absolutely gorgeous nails. But there was nothing inside. There was no gift receipts. No. Whoops, sorry. Oh, please. Okay. There were nothing. So whoever got me these gorgeous nails, look at those. The camera's not really focusing very well, but that's them. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But I don't know who you are. So just thank you. All right. What deck should I use? Kind of in the mood for the Halloween deck, to be honest. But it's June, and I try to save that for the fall. But I don't know. What deck do you think I should use? This is usually a problem. When I ask this, there usually ends up being like arguments. At least in the past there was. Anyway. Electro Storm, are there nails the only thing on your wish list? At the moment. Yeah. Revolution Rookie says I'm going to say the blue deck. Oh, I have two blue decks. There's the Aquarian and there's the Morgan Greer. Just the 70s-tastic one with the big mustache and what have you. Holly and friends, I sent some nails at least a month ago. I can't remember which ones. Oh, thank you, Holly. I believe I've worn at least one of them, and I thank you for profusely. So, Lisa Graham was saying steampunk. Alan was saying Halloween. Lily, Halloween. All right, Housewives. Halloween's great. All right, we've got more votes for the Halloween deck. So, and those of you who chose other decks, I'm here. I'm here every day. Oh, it's been a while. I love this deck. It's fun. All right. put this down. Hang on. There. I'll just put that there for now. Okay. Bisma, the one that gives you the most energy, the one that's talking to you the most, yes. Oh, no, Holly, I was begging for a thank you. I know that, but I'm very grateful. So, all right, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, and we're going to jump into the first. I've got a bunch of January 6th insurrection questions up front. So we'll just get through these. Then we've got a lot of U.S. and world news. I've got 13 questions down. I'll see if I can get through them. I am kind of dragging today, so I've got a little protein bar here. I've got my protein coffee, which is almost gone. And I'm going to see what I can do. And thank you so much for being here. And thank you for last night. It was amazing. And I think Officer Edwards. Oh, I'm sorry. I startled the kitty. Don't startle the kitty. I think Officer Edwards' testimony will stay with me for the rest of my life. Wow. Aurora in Alaska. I'm new here. May I ask your name? Around here on this channel, I'm known as Autumn. It is not my given name. My given name is Sebastian. Most people, it's in the description box. Most people can't spell it. They can't say it properly. And when I started this channel, I was trying to stay fairly anonymous. So I just started using the name Autumn. So I go by either. Thank you for being here. Okay. Let's make this, since I was yammering. Let's look at this, hang on. There. So the first question is, there was Jen Glenn was saying the Republicans were pretty quiet after the hearing. Can you read about their energy and what they're thinking? What I'm getting is a kind of brace for impact. Brace for impact. It feels like they are a little feeling just a little shocked. Like we all are today, but very wary of what the future hearings are going to be saying. Of course, there are going to be some people who are just lying through their teeth. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's all Nancy Pelosi's fault. Whatever, garbage. Yeah, but what it feels like is right. But lots of. I've cuddling with the cat a lot today, so my nose is itching. GOP. Anna says, when I'm stressed, I clean to work off the energy. After last night, you could eat off my bathroom floor. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The night before Trump's inauguration, I was taking my spice rack apart and cleaning every little part of it. Yeah. Okay. This is itching right there on the end of my nose, right there. Just an itch. Strength. The committee showed that they were willing to go there. They showed Ivanka. They showed Jared. Oh, can we talk about that for just 1 second? My opinion, they look terrible. And Sarah, I talked to Sarah afterward, and she said that, my friend Sarah, she said, I think Ivanka and Jared are using the same plastic surgeon because they're starting to look like each other. But I just thought they looked terrible. They look so fake. It was like, oh, man. But no, the committee, they're willing to go there. And they've got the goods. King of Pentacles. So those are the Republicans. Oh, I miss pumpkins. Oh, look at all the pumpkins and the black cat and the... Oh, I miss this time of year. That's why it's called black and orange, colors of Halloween. All right, King of Pentacles. Two of Wands, so communication. Page of Cups. Yes, I get this for the wussy Democrats that are totally underestimated. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, we're talking worry. We are talking worry, sleepless, hemmed in, afraid of saying anything that will be held against them in court. Yeah, there's definitely a sense of, I could just keep my mouth shut and see where the chips fall before I really go gangbusters, because I could end up saying something that was going to get me into trouble. And I just, no thanks. But they're those Democrats. You thought they've got your communications, and there's worry. Please continue to underestimate Democrats. Be my guest. Alan says, well, I guess if you did nothing wrong, then you have nothing to worry about. Exactly. Oh, is Becca here? Oh, Becca's here. And Lucky Girl's here. Oh, my gosh. Hello, wonderful people. Okay. Gary Atkins, there is no Hunter Biden laptop. Thank you. A hard drive may be created by a legally blind man. Actually, there are multiple hard drives. They've been copied and copied and copied and copied and copied. Mm-hmm. House of Lenormand, did they say there are 5 GOP members who asked for preemptive pardons? I don't remember. Does anybody know? Please let me know. I'd love to read on it. Hello, Lucky Girl. Hello. Pre-emotive, dang. Yes. Woo, Apple saying yes. 5 GOP members. Well, let's read on that. At 13 and a bit. 13. 5 GOP asked for preemptive pardons, and my understanding is they didn't get them. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Gary Atkins says Jared said he was he was working on pardons. Yeah. House of Lenormand, I can't wait to hear the names of everyone who asked for pardons. Wasn't one of them, are we looking at it today? I want to say Representative Scott Perry of Pennsylvania, as well as multiple other Republican lawmakers, contacted the White House in the weeks after January 6th to seek presidential pardons for their roles in attempting to overturn the presidential election results. The January 6th Select Committee revealed Thursday. So yes. Yep, and this is in Politico. Let's have a... Let me grab this link and I'll put it in the description if you want to hear more on that. So Representative Scott Perry has refused to testify here. Representative Liz Cheney said as she opened the committee's case, multiple other Republican congressmen also sought presidential pardons for their roles. So there's no number. Multiple. So it doesn't say 5. I just realized I had that open. Yes, Sherry H. I love that Ms. Liz started naming names last night. Yep. Actually, I think Slow-mo's still on in the chat. It's not as bad as it was last night, but I think it's still on. Sorry, we've had really bad trolls lately. So certainly during these weeks when these hearings are going on, need to keep things a little safer in the chat. So let's ask about that. Let's say 15, and let's ask about the GOP members who asked for preemptive pardons. And that included Scott Perry. I know there's a question about here. Because Rhonda was asking, how does Scott Perry feel this morning after the January 6th committee called him out? So let's ask about the preemptive part. Polly Wanda says a back pocket pardon smells. My understanding is there aren't any. I haven't picked up on any, but I've also heard I have basically heard there aren't any pocket pardons. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. Becca from House of Lenormand, do follow House of Lenormand, says, I saw on Twitter today, whoops, it jumped. I saw on Twitter today that Jenny Thomas pressured 29 people in Arizona to overturn the results. 29. That's more than what was reported previously. Oh, yeah. It's all three branches of government. It was the judicial branch through her. These people weren't going to take these calls just because somebody called. It's the prominent wife of a Supreme Court justice is on the phone. Are you going to take the call? Well, of course you're going to take the call. But let's hear about those preemptive pardons. Yes, do show Becca at House of the Norman some love. She deserves lots of love. She's very lovable. 3 of M's. What you put out will come back to you. So they were begging. Absolutely, this is begging for preemptive pardons. And the thing is, if you want to pardon, that sheriff, who was that sheriff? It wasn't Alito. It was that horrible, horrible sheriff back in Phoenix who got a pardon from Trump. And he wanted to run for office, or he was running for office, and he was on MSNBC. I think it might have been CNN, but I think it was MSNBC. And he was saying, I'm going to do this. And the interviewer said, well, have you taken into consideration that, how are the voters going to feel about you having, pleading guilty to what you've been pardoned for? And he said, I haven't pleaded guilty. She said, part of absolutely accepting a pardon is admitting your guilt. He didn't know that. And he was shocked. Joe Arpaio, thank you, Sherry H. Yes. He was awful. All right, 6 of Wands. That's a victory. Huh. They went for the victory. I'll try to pull the rabbit out of the hat. 10 of Pentacles. You have to protect us because we're on your side. Queen of Bats, but those are investigations. And 4 of Pentacles, which is the lack. The lack of the guy sitting there clutching what little he has left. They didn't get it. I'm getting, they were begging for those pardons, but they didn't get them. Whoops, sorry, but they knew investigations were coming. How 3 cards? How's this going to go for them? Yep, Maricopa County in Arizona. Yep, I lived there. I actually lived there when he was sheriff. was sheriff for a long time. Ranker among the far right. Hanged man, you're toast. Star, King of Cups. Biden, his DOJ, his administration. Mm-hmm. You are toast. These guys are in trouble. You messed around, you play stupid games, win stupid prizes. House of Lenormand said they knew what they were doing was illegal. Ding. Rhonda Cox says they didn't get the pardons because they didn't finish the job. And that's what you get for throwing your support behind a raging narcissist. Sucks to be you. You know what I'm doing today? Having my live streams, doing some creative work. I am not under investigation. The everything from the IRS to state to law enforcement to the FBI to you name it, all of these things, they have no issue with me. I say I give 10% of my income to feedingamerica.org. I can prove it. In fact, I got another communication from them. If you don't break the law, if you respect America, if you respect democracy, you're fine. Go about your life. If you want to win, oh, Donna Belvin, the nails are for me. Yes, there. You've sent me beautiful nails. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to be in charge of a democracy, you want the power, then it's a popularity contest. Get better policies. People will vote for you. Then you'll have power. And if they're very, very popular, then guess what? You'll be in power for a long time. And your friends will be in power, which will give you even more power. This is not difficult, not complicated. Whew, boy. All right. 23. Let's ask about Scott Perry. So Rhonda Cox was asking, how did Scott Perry feel this morning after the January 6th committee called him out? I like that, Kay. Hi, everyone. I'm late because I finished my facial. Feel. Ooh, that's nice. Empress. America. All of America is sitting on their couches watching TV screens or phones or, whatever. Laid it all out. 7 of Wands, that's being on the defensive. That's a little. 4 of Cups, that's a refusal to listen to decency. 5 of Pentacles, oh, out in the cold. 3 of Wands, he was begging. I get the energy off of this is they were begging for pardons. And the 10 of Cups, that is Democrats saying, oh, look at all of our people in Congress. And a happy day. And we choose how big our families are. And women have rights. And gay people can get married. and all kinds of good things. And there's less racism because Democrats are in charge. Funny how that works. This is in one of the decks I have. The Five of Pentacles is the little match girl, which is just brutal. But that's begging for a pardon. On the defensive. Bye. Yes, Becca, exactly. Time to pay the piper for these folks. Yes. Ricky says, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are more primetime hearings forthcoming. Mm-hmm. You know, there are two more, one Monday, one Wednesday, and they're both in the morning next week, and I will be live for those. On those 2 days, I won't be doing a noon live stream just because I'll be coming on, I want to say, at 7:30 in the morning or something. But 8:30, something like that. But I'll be on in the mornings. So, oh, Kathy Delisle, my childhood, the little match girl. Oh, big hug. Oh, Holly Coleman has some information. Scott Perry, May 27, 1962. Gemini Sun, Pisces Moon. No known birth time. Moon strongly conjunct Jupiter and Pisces. Huh. There are good and bad sides to every sign and every planet. When Pisces goes wrong, yeeps. All right. Hang on. I've got things set up. Looking for my covers quickly. Where are they? Sorry, I'm just having a quick look because I needed to fix the cover for Wednesday because it's the 15th, not the 16th. So, but I know I updated this. So let me just share. Why not? So my covers that I was working on, and then these are my semi-vacation covers, which I'll use eventually. But these are the different covers I was making for the. See, am I in the right place? Yes. These are the covers. So this was last night. 8:30. Yeah, so I'll be on at 8:30 on for hearing 2. And then the next one is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Oops. The 15th. So at 8:30. So that's when I'll be on. All right. Oh, good. I got that fixed. 8:30. Thank you, Kathy. Mel Broussard, why are all these troublemakers Gemini? Trump, Perry, Giuliani. Politicians gift of the gab. Found they're good at it. Yes, Central Time, 8:30 Central Time in the morning, Monday and Wednesday next week. Constance, it probably is 10 a.m. Eastern Time, but I come on half an hour before. So that's 9 a.m. Eastern Time here. Half an hour before is 8:30. So, all right. Back to the readings. It's getting kind of dark here, but all right. At 30 minutes in. Are Fox viewers wise to Fox's decision not to televise the hearings? Will Fox lose any viewers in a noteworthy way? Because I'm a Gemini and I'm not a troublemaker. Oh, I hope you guys aren't assuming I really don't want more comments with people saying I bash signs. I don't bash any sign. There are good and bad sides to every sign. Every sign. I'm a Scorpio. You think I've never heard anything bad about Scorpios? Are you kidding me? Okay. Hang on. Let me get rid of this because I'm out of space. If you don't know me by now, 31 and a bit. So, Fox viewers. Friend Urbina says Fox News didn't break for commercials last night. I heard about that. Unless they seem to do my parents watch. I don't know, and I'm not going to ask. High Priestess. Secret, keep it safe. Don't look at the hearings. World. The rest of the world was looking. People overseas, they were watching the hearings. Page of Cups. Again, the underestimated Democrats. Ace of Cups. Moon. Queen of Cups. Ooh, that may be Cups, which is usually Democrats, but that feels like Liz Cheney. Most Fox viewers, they've already made their decisions. CC Ryder saying no sponsors for Fox at that time frame. Oh no, I'm sure they were. I'm sure there were, but they didn't want to go to commercial break because they realized that they thought that their viewers would switch over to the hearings during commercial breaks, so they just didn't have any. But it was quite the presentation, and it's just the beginning. They're angry at Liz Cheney, but I when we're talking about Fox viewers, I think on the whole, they've decided they're going to, drink the Kool-Aid. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. Appreciate that. Wheel of Fortune. They're figuring, ratings, they go up and down and that sort of thing. And plus we've got a while to wait until we get the official numbers on ratings. But no, why didn't this collapse? There. All right, now I can see the questions. 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8 of Wands. This is worry. This is the Thief card. This is a lot. On the far right, doing a lot of sleepless nights. They know what happened. They know what happened. And over at Fox News, they're just going to la la la. Singing their theme tune. La 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 la. Yeah. Okay, 35 minutes in. I read this question quickly. You can guess where my head went, but I won't explain it. Shay Laughter was saying the energy of those around the big D at Mar-a-Lago today. I bet Mar-a-Lago feels small, not enough real estate to escape the orange of wrath. Oranges of wrath is what was typed, but orange of wrath. I don't know. What we hear. He's not the big D. But I'm going to leave it at that and move on. What is it Lena Rodriguez says? Oh, that's why why she calls him the Yeti? Is that it? Something like that. Anyway. Okay. So, Sniffy, Senior, how's your day going? Oh, they're in PR mode. We're going to, we need to say things, we're not going to stand by, we're going to hit back twice as hard, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. 5 of Cups. Disappointment. Oh. Personally, I think Colbert's joke about Ivanka and last night went too far. That's just me. You do you. I was with John Baptiste with his head on the piano like that. That was me. But yeah, full. Do I need to go any further? Yes, Deb Marsh. Colbert has a different name for 45 each night. It's very funny. 10 of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. See, most of the time, he doesn't want to run again. He just wants the money. That's it. But things like this happen, and he feels under attack. And he's like, I want to be the president again, and I'm going to shut these things down. And I'm going to... And it's like a child who's been sent to their room, who's just having fantasies about, I'm going to be big, and I'm going to make other people go to their rooms, and I'm going to do... And that's the energy I'm getting off of him. Oh, yeah. 8 of Swords. I'm gonna jail them all. This isn't a Queen of Swords who would have investigations and use the law. This is a Queen of Wands. This would be Trump's idea of law and lawyers. Well, that's part of what got you into this mess in the first place, Biff. Government. Yes, this is all fantasy. This is all his stupid fantasy of ultimate power, extreme power. That's what this is. Really? It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's small. It's small-minded. Ken Brownfield saying Donald Trump is a child. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lily throwing his toys out of the pram. Yes. Although I admit, I was throwing popcorn at him last night. I couldn't help it. He couldn't possibly get hurt by it, so. But yeah, when he was on, I was throwing popcorn at him. He made me mad. 39, well, more like 40. Okay, so. Speaking of Ivanka, speaking of Jovanka, how does Agent Orange feel this morning feel toward his daughter, son-in-law, and Bill Barr. Let's do Bill Barr first. Yes, nuclear magenta. By the way, happy 100th birthday to Judy Garland. Absolutely. Bless your soul. All right. How you feeling toward Bill Barr? T. Gray, yes. So glad I'm not on Twitter right now. Exactly. The failing hearing. Send me money. 5 of ghosts. I'm a billionaire, but I need your money. That's one of the key things. Why don't his followers just go, he says he's a billionaire. Why would he need my money? Disappointment. But not this kind of, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. That would take a level of maturity that he is incapable of. 9 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. And anyone who thought he wasn't going to watch this, I'm kidding. All right, 8 of, so this is fruits of labor. This is working. 9 of, this is feeling beaten up. Bill Barr, he despises Bill Barr. You don't need me to tell you that. Bill Barr's part of the fantasy. And Bill Barr, he'll be going, he'll be going to prison too. Please. 42 minutes. Oh, no. Okay, so let's do 42 minutes and let's do Javanka. How does he feel about Javanka? Do 3 for Ivanka and 3 for Jared. Absolutely, Mel Broussard. Trump has very little money of his own. He uses other people's money to fund his deals and lifestyle. Typical grifter, crook, mobster behavior. Exactly. Yes, Almenzi, plotting revenge for all the lies. Trump, Ivanka. 3 for Ivanka, 3 for Jared. What they've put out coming back to them. I'm getting the sense that they could have said things much worse. They could have said a lot of, there were things that they were privy to that somebody needs to ask about some of the other things going on, the corruption going on in the White House. This, did you believe it was a lie or not? This feels like it's nothing compared to what they could have talked about if they were actually willing to be honest and just lay everything out. It doesn't feel like he's that angry at them because they kept their mouth shut about like the rest of the iceberg. Ivanka, 8 of Swords. She was under subpoena. Wasn't she under subpoena, or was she? I don't know. But one way or the other, they would have given her grief, and so he's like, well, she had to do that. She had to talk to them. 10 of Pentacles. King of Wands. He's not that angry at her. He's a little annoyed, but he's not really angry at her, and she's his favorite. And ultimately, she's been loyal on the stuff that they're hiding. All right, Jared. How does Trump feel about Jared? 8 of... Okay, he brought some evidence. Lovers. Page of Wands. again, not his favorite person, but I'm just not getting Trump being super, super angry at them today. Deborah Johnson says they should have asked Barr if he knew about the attempted coup and that's why he really left. I imagine they did. I'd be surprised if they didn't. We've only heard a tiny bit. M. Kelpie says there's another 6 to 8 hours of testimony from him. Yeah. Lily says Trump pardoned Jared's father. Mm-hmm. M. Kelpie, yes. The best is yet to come. Yeah. All right. B. Gray, maybe Trump is relieved this focuses on January 6th and not the preceding 4 years. I think you're onto something there. I really do. Okay, 46 and a bit. 46. Okay. Slowsome54 asked, how does Trump feel in today's news that Biden has nixed his Air Force One design? Oh, okay, we're being a little petty by asking this, but yeah, Biden said, oh, that new Air Force One design? No. The Chariot for the reading. Ta-da. Seriously. Air Force One. Devil. 6 of Swords. Card of Traveling. Knight of Pentacles. There was some kind of, it feels like there was some kind of deal. There was some kind of somebody making money, something, it is benefiting somebody somehow. King of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Oh, somebody's financially hurting because that particular design has been changed. I don't know. I don't understand how that would happen. I would think it would just be the same, like it would be Boeing or somebody. It would still be them working on it. It would just be a slightly different design. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but this feels like somebody's lost some money on this. There was some corruption behind the creation of this this traveling. Did Trump ever get his? Did he ever get his plane fixed, or did he get a new plane, or is he grifted? Is he convinced somebody else to pay? You know, he can use their plane for going around the country to his cornfields because he can't go to cities because he stiffed them and they won't let him back in. Electrostorm, you're right. He tried to make money off of everything. Yeah. Yep. Personally, I'm going to need this weekend to recover some. But Electrostorm says his plane is so broken. He's borrowing a plane now. Who's the sucker who's loaning him a plane? Ugh. 49 and a bit. Oh, this is... Okay. How is Officer Edwards doing this morning after her testimony last night? Bless. Divine Spirit, bless everyone. Everyone hurt around January 6th, the January 6th insurrection. Bless them. Fill them with your divine energy for healing, for health, for happiness, for peace. Bless. Okay, how is Officer Edwards doing? Revolution Ricky, Autumn, I saw in an outlet store an ad that is selling Trump talking alarm clocks. Oh, ugh. Oh man, they left her. I will never forget that image of her unconscious on the steps. And they just left her there. How's she doing today? Seven of Wands. She said her piece. She's got the insurrectionists on the defensive, so that's good. Knight of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Moon. Sorry, the camera's not wanting to. I'm trying to keep this back here so the camera won't lose focus so often. Six of Swords. Reliving a lot of it. PTSD. It can very much take years to get over it. And she just went out there, and it was so emotional with all at the hearing, being televised, having all these cameras on you, and you are explaining, as someone who works to protect others, to do a job, just how you were just beaten, literally beaten to the ground. It brought up a lot. There is an outpouring of good energy flowing towards her, but today she really needs quiet. She really needs quiet. She is a lot more traumatized, and she suffered a lot more damage than she's letting on. Yep, Aspie Third Eye saying she understood the importance of doing it, though. That's fortitude. Yeah. Sherry H says, it truly did my heart good to see all the legislators that made a point of shaking her hand in the other's hands. Good. Electra says maybe her grandfather's, the veteran can help from the other side. Oh, he's definitely, yeah. He's definitely helping. Definitely helping. All right, let's move on to U.S. news, international news. All right, at 53:30. 53:30. DeSantis, his press secretary, was a foreign agent for 2 years and forgot to register as such until after being contacted by the DOJ. DeSantis blames the media. The question was, from Eileen, your question was, what will stop him? Do you mean DeSantis? Are you saying that, is there no bottom to how low he will go? Are you asking specifically about his press secretary? Just let me know. And until I hear something, I'm going to move on to 54:45. Martin Winter was asking, will Europe break apart because of the struggle and of nationalism, with some turning to Russia and China in 10 to 20 years because of migration, the gap between the rich and the poor, resources, aging population, etc.? Or do we find solutions? will Europe break apart in the next 10 or 20 years? There's so much coming. There's so much technology coming. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, working together. The EU is predominantly an economic alliance, but there are other things as well, of course. Hierophants, governments, or one government. 8 of Pentacles, strength. 4 of Wands, and 2 of Wands. Well, the nationalists, they're there, and they're still going to be making noise. But this right up front is saying that this is just noise in the background. I've got a government, I've got working, and I've got strength. So this does not feel like the EU breaking up right there, but nationalism will be a problem as some ignorant, absolute willful ignoramuses decide that the reason for their problems in life is that there are other people who don't look like them. How lazy intellectually do you have to be to come up with garbage like that? I don't get it. But yeah, Europe feels strong. So yeah, the bamboo ballots from China. Oh gosh. All right. Whoops, 5730. Deborah Murphy. Is Eileen here today? Did I miss the clarification? 50, I'll say 58. 58. Are the Republicans going to get past their own egos so they can make schools safe? Deborah Murphy, good question. I don't have a lot of hope, but I can dream. We can dream. Let me move this up so I don't lose it. 5830. Okay. Are Republicans going to get past their own egos and make schools safe? Republicans, hey, are you going to actually make schools safe, or are you just going to make them giant fire hazards? Alimenti says the GQP idea is to make the school a fortress. Yes. Lecter Storm says I'd rather protect the Supreme Court justices over the kids. Yes. Obviously. That isn't my theory or my opinion. Actions are speaking far louder than words. So, 5 of Swords. Insult to injury. Yeah, pretty much. And swords, weapons, insult to injury. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Queen of Cups in the middle. 7 of Swords. 3 of Swords. This, come on, camera, work with me here. This is the Biden administration. This is Democrats in Congress. These are all the Republicans, other than just a very, few kings and queens sitting together. Over here, we have insult to injury, we have heartache. We have swords being stolen, swords going through hearts. And we have the Republicans over here by themselves. Kind of says it all, I'm afraid. Makes me sick to the stomach. It's all right, I didn't have breakfast, so. All right, Doxy Lover would like to know about a possible recession. As long as we all understand, this is not any kind of financial advice. This is not, no one who does this is 100% accurate. We're reading on the collective energy. Take it with a big grain of salt. Do not make financial decisions based on anybody on YouTube. Just be sensible. Do your due diligence. And I'm not just saying that. This isn't just CYA. I'm serious. Possible recession. Hanged Man. Well, we definitely have supply chain issues. That's what's been sending up the inflation. But lo and behold, companies making record profits. I wonder how that works. Yeah, but please go ahead, blame Biden for the high prices and all of these companies record profits. Yeah, Chariot. Three of Wands, Queen of Wands, Lovers, Page of Pentacles. These are not dire cards. This is the Chariot here with the card for the reading, the Hanged Man. This is about supply chain, transportation interruptions globally. Suspension of supplies, moving supplies. Very clear. Major Arcana. This is a card of when the merchants used to fill up a ship, send it out, and then they'd wait for their ship to come in, meaning the stuff they had sent out that would be traded, and then the ships would come back with, whatever, they'd filled it with cloth, and they sent it off, and they were expecting the ship to come back with gold or whatever. Or, wood or cloth or whatever. So this is trade. The Queen of Wands in the middle. So, they're blaming Biden. Yeah, they're blaming Biden. And there's a Lover's card here, and a excuse me, Page of Pentacles. So financially, it's tough. It is tough. And you've got to prove your fealty to the right with talking. Come on, camera, work with me here. With proving how far to the right you are, but this is moving along. I fingers crossed. We may have actually gotten through some of the worst of it, if that makes sense. So it's raining, so I've turned on the light. Okay. Right, Karen Conroy saying high prices worldwide, yet they still blame Biden. Yeah. All right, at 1:05 in a bit. So, Florida State Representative Sabatini wants to enact legislation that could charge adults with a felony and terminate their parental rights if they bring a child to drag shows. Well, now, the question is, when will it stop? And honestly, Eileen, when these jerks get voted out of office, I hate to just be that I'd love to say, they're going to go too far. There's something that's going to happen, and it's going to solve the situation. I don't get that. I get that the people of Florida have to say enough. Enough people in Florida have to say enough. And it doesn't matter what they do. Queen of Cups. Two of Wands, Tower, Seven of Cups. It has to hit them directly. All of these extremes, most of these blankety blank DeSantis voters, they don't go to drag shows. They don't go to drag shows. They don't. Their children are grown and moved away, for the bulk of them. A lot of this stuff doesn't affect them. And I hate to say this, but it's only when rah, far right, demonizing the left, it's only when the Supreme Court stuff comes down, when their daughters and granddaughters are maybe coming to an end. It's only when they are directly affected, because they live in these, like the villages. It's not entirely a big MAGA bubble, white, elderly MAGA bubble, but it's heavily a big MAGA bubble, and that's where a lot of these. That's where a lot of these voters are. Doesn't affect them. Electrostorm says that gerrymandering in Florida is awful. Electrostorm says Florida does have a young population as well, not just old people. I know. I know there are young people who live in Florida. I know that. This is I don't know. I'm getting very sensitive to I say one thing, and then I get someone or multiple people, usually just one person, but someone saying, but that's not true. And it's like, I don't mean all of them. I don't mean every person of a particular sign. I don't mean every voter in Florida. I don't mean. Do you not know my heart by now? Do you not know that I care, that I try to be open-minded, that I try to learn every day? Do you not know by now? Anyway, when it directly affects the MAGA voters, or the Republicans who are supporting or who are bolstering up the MAGA numbers of voters, when something affects them directly, that's when there will be change. And until then, extremism, they don't care. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. Oh, Electrostorm, love Virgo. All right, 1:10:30. Harold had a question. Are certain members of Congress, Bobble, Gomer, Trader Greene, now worried about being arrested for their crimes? All right, let's get Bobble, Gomer, and Trader Greene. Simply Mira, yes. Autumn needs kitty hugs. Be of good courage and light of heart. Exactly. I love that. That's nice. That's great. Thank you, Aurora. Everybody's okay. Everybody's okay. I'm grateful you're here. I love spending time with you. And if you were here, I would be feeding you. And I have my great share of happiness. I have a spare. I have a spare great share of happiness. I would be offering it to you. Oh, lucky girl. Stephanie Martin says Biden is on CNN right now making a speech about all of this. Wow. Okay. So we'll take this 112. 3 for Bobble, 3 for Gomer, 3 for Trader Greene. So, Bobble, you worried? How about you, Gomer? And Trader Greene. No, she's not worried. She's too belligerent to be worried. The other two at least have a sense to be a little worried, but Trader Greene? Page of Swords. It's just little, just small legal stuff. Subpoenas or whatever. It's... All right. Bobblehead. King of Swords. 2 of Wands. High Priestess. Thinking she can still keep things secret. Communications secret. Prosecutor, communication, but secret. She doesn't know what they have on her. Yet. Gomer. The Queen of Wands. Strength. Page of Cups. Oh, they have their little show hearing. He's underestimating the Democrats. Queen of, it feels like I'm one of many. I'm one of many people on this side. They can't throw all of us in jail. They can throw a lot of you in jail. All right, Trader Greene, are you worried? Okay, 7 on the defensive. Temperance. 10 of Swords. She doesn't sleep well at night, but it's not because of this. She's paranoid. Paranoid. On the defensive. Temperance. It actually feels more like, I don't know, like an Ambien or a Valium or a, I don't know what. But she's not sleeping well. And she is very much paranoid. She's more paranoid than the others here. The others are, the other two, they just feel delusional. Kathy DeLaw says, Greene has the mistaken opinion that Jesus carried a gun. Please tell me she didn't say that. Please. Please. Although I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm still waiting for the day I was still waiting for that idiot, whatever idiot on the far right, to say, well, we should be drilling for oil on the moon. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that day. It will come. I'm certain of it. Someday, one of these morons will talk about drilling for oil on the moon. Yeah, Stephanie Martin, what would Jesus shoot? Krista March says, I guess they missed the part of the Bible where Jesus was a pacifist. Yeah, they think they just skim right over that part, which is huge chunks of the New Testament. Anyway, well, I have done my 12 questions for today, actually a bit more, but thank you so much for being here. It's 1:19 p.m. here in Chicago. At 4 p.m., I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel doing creative sprints. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow, same time, at noon Central Time in the U.S. Next week on Monday and Wednesday, I'll be coming on at 8:30 in the morning. And we'll for a watch party for the hearings. All right, hang in there. Electra Storm says they already think we can move the moon, so why not oil? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. All right. So big hugs. Hang in there. And if you're upset about anything that's going on with the January 6th and the information about the insurrection and all of this, just remember, they failed. They failed. Trump isn't in power. He's not getting back in power. He's not taking over. Biden's president. Biden's going to, be around for the rest of his term. He's not going to get ousted for Trump. It's not going to happen. They failed. So keep that in mind before you start losing too much sleep yourself. All right. So take care. And I will see you right back here tomorrow.